All right, we got brand new Minnesota Viking Thayer Thomas in the house. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. A special episode today. We got one of the best NC State receivers of all time, ranking second, receiving touchdowns, second receptions, participated in the Hula Bowl, East-West Shrine Bowl, ripped up his pro day. None of that matters because now he is a Minnesota Viking. Welcome to the show, Thayer.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on the show. Thanks for the opportunity. Hopefully I get to meet Viking Nation and just kind of get a feel for what Minnesota is all about. I'm looking forward to coming up there officially.
Have you been to Minnesota?
I actually have not. So funny story. So I played baseball at NC State. And so it was hard to juggle both football and baseball. And sometimes when I would be in spring ball, I wouldn't travel with the team for baseball away games because spring ball had started. And so I was kind of obligated to do that for those 3 to 4 weeks during baseball season. So I would be in and out. But my baseball team actually played a tournament in the Viking Stadium.
Nice.
So they played Minnesota and some other teams. It was a big tournament. I didn't go though, but they told me it was great. The stadium was incredible. So I've kind of just heard stories such as that. So
bring your parka when you come because it's still damn cold up here. The wind is howling and it's freezing. But yeah, you're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. Draft weekend in the books. Everything's in the past. You are officially on an NFL roster. Are you more relieved than anything that it's over?
Yeah, I kind of felt that feeling a little bit when I was working out today. Like the last week, my mind's kind of been on like what's going to happen, and but today it was kind of more clear and just I had more of like a goal in front of me, and it was kind of more of a the road that I'm going to be traveling on is kind of more clear. So yeah, it's exciting. I know Garrett Bradbury very well. I played with him for a few years. And then I actually have been longtime friends with Blake Paul. So
nice.
It's good to get around people, and then obviously I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of new people. So.
Have you ever had the opportunity of Blake Paul singing you a song?
It's funny. So I was training in Miami for my pro day, and he was down there, and he actually stayed with me a few nights, and we were just talking about my process. And we were the same age. He just came out earlier than I did, so. He kind of was telling me how it went for him, and I was just trying to pick his brain because I'm really good friends with him and his brother because his dad trained us kind of in college. When we had downtime, we'd go train with his dad. So, yeah.
Nice. Former walk-on, not only a walk-on, but you go to NC State and absolutely just make your way right up to the top. Do you think that's going to help your mentality as far as being an undrafted free agent?
Yeah, I feel like, I have the blueprint for how to kind of be the underdog and how I'm going to go about myself and how I work and my abilities as well. I feel like I kind of know what it takes just because I've been here before, and it's just crazy that I started out where I was at NC State and I'm second in the history books behind future Hall of Famer Torrey Holt. So, and he was my high school coach, by the way, which is kind of funny.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, just looking forward to the opportunity. I'm going to enjoy it just because I do get to play professional football. Not everybody can say that. So I'm going to enjoy this process and take it day by day.
So you kind of already alluded to it, but you pretty much did it all at NC State, catching balls, rushing out of the backfield, returning punts, even chucked 4 touchdown passes. I mean, what type of role do you see yourself in the NFL?
I've been the punt returner at NC State for the last 4 or 5 years. The guy before me that was the punt returner was Nyheim Hines, and you guys have kind of seen what he's done in the NFL in the return game. So I feel like I've played with a bunch of great guys in the NFL, and I played against a lot of great talent. And one thing Coach O'Connell kind of told me was like, these coaches might label you as a slot receiver, but in my eyes that's a good thing. So I don't. That's not a way to degrade a receiver. I know how to use that type of receiver in different ways, and that was kind of encouraging to hear.
So how exciting is it? Does it get your purple juices flowing knowing that you're going to be on the field with Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, and TJ Hockenson in the coming months?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to working with those guys, getting to know those guys. I actually did my pre-draft training with Jordan Addison, so there's a relationship there already. You know, he saw the way I worked, I saw the way he went about his business, competing every day. As far as like just, you know, during that time, you're trying to compete as far as running a 40 and running a pro shuttle, and jumping and stuff like that. We did do a lot of skill work too, but it was more competition through that way. So, you know, he would ask me kind of pointers here and pointers there. No, I mean, I knew he was a first round probably draft pick, but for him to kind of see how I go about my business and kind of asking me questions kind of made me feel, you know, good about where I'm at as far as the way I go about things. So,
rookie mini camp. When's it start?
I report May 11th, so I kind of got to look at the schedule in detail. But yeah, I know it's going to be, you know, looking forward to getting on the field.
Yeah, you'll be headed north very soon. So you mentioned the Red Sox. So, I mean, you were drafted by the Red Sox in 2019. Played for NC State in 2019. I looked at your stats. You had one bomb. I actually watched it on YouTube. Thing dead center. But I got to ask, what's a better feeling, catching a touchdown pass or going yard?
You know what? I mean, going yard was pretty cool. Just it's a funny story on that how that happened. So that morning I had a spring practice full-on scrimmage in football at 9 a.m. It was a tackle scrimmage, like, you know, the full thing. So it was the first one of that spring. So I did that, and then we played at 4 p.m. that day. So I got to the field around, like, I don't know, 1. And coach told me, since you played today, I'm not going to start you. Like, because I was kind of like I would start some games, you know, play some games. And so he told me, I'm not going to start you. So just kind of chill, just warm up and get ready for the game, but just know you're not going to start. So we're playing Pitt, and he calls me. It's like the 5th inning, and, you know, it's like 35, 40 degrees out. It's kind of a chilly game. So I'm like dead cold and tight and whatever. So he told me he's going to pinch hit me. And so I get on the bike and start trying to warm up, and I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of tight and not very good. And I go out there and hit I think it was like I think the track man had it, you know, 110 exit velocity, and it was like went 430 off the batter's eye. And it was just kind of crazy how that happened. But I think definitely catching a touchdown would be a lot cooler. I mean, in college, I like catching touchdowns better than hitting home runs.
Well, you did it a bunch, and when you hit that bomb, you were hightailing it. You finally
I
cooled
know.
down around in second base. You finally and you can tell you're enjoying it a little bit.
I kind of was surprised how far I had hit it. You know, I was kind of planning on hitting it off, maybe over the center fielder's head, you know, maybe off the wall, the warning track, get a triple. So that's kind of what my mind was at when it came off the bat. But yeah, it just kept going.
All right. Once again, we got brand new Viking Thayer Thomas. A couple more for you. Your brother Drake also just signed with the Raiders, who the Vikings actually play this year, which could be interesting.
Yeah. Drake was a great college football player. You know, he was in question for being the ACC Defensive Player of the Year for 2 years in a row. 100 plus tackles the last 2 years. You know, he had, I think, 18 TFLs maybe this year, I think it was. You know, he's just very productive. Very surprised he wasn't drafted, but you know, he's definitely going to make that roster. I have no question about it. He's a football player at heart, a great player, and very athletic. Just, you know, if you go and watch his film, you know, he tracks Malik Cunningham, you know, very well. And when we played him, and multiple times Malik's one of the most electric players in the country running the ball, and, you know, Drake had no problem with him. And so when I saw that, I knew he's going to last at this level for a long time.
What can you find you doing when you're away from the football field? What's your passion?
Shoot. I'm trying to start golfing a little bit more. I know that's a great hobby to kind of pick up on and get better at. That's kind of what I'm at. I need to get better, which the only way you get better is if you play. So I do that. You know, I played 3 sports in high school, so I always loved, you know, not playing really pickup, but just go shooting the basketball, doing stuff like that. But it's always competitive, right? I'm very competitive. Grew up in a household with 3 boys. My littlest brother just, you know, enrolled at NC State as a quarterback, so it's kind of a household of a bunch of sport guys, and by playing 3 sports my whole life, so I kind of just grew up competing, and that's kind of like whatever I'm doing, I'm always kind of competing. So
Nice. Well, when you get up to Minnesota, if you got the time, you got to check out Target Field, the Twins. It's a great field. Good times. And I can confirm that just because you golf a lot doesn't mean you get any better. I've been doing it for years, and I get worse every time I go out there. So, but we appreciate you hopping on, man. Wish you well. You're going to light it up. Can't wait.
I appreciate you having me on the show. Thank you.